So there have been some updates on the home buyer fraud since episode 8 of Daylight Robbery went out. Sarah and Laine got all their money back.
We won. Thank you, ANZ, for doing the right thing.
Sarah and Laine fought through AFCA for what seemed like an eternity. It was a terrible process for them, but one that ultimately delivered them a great result.
It took a lot of therapy to prove to me that I was a victim, that I didn't ask for this, I didn't mean to do it. I just got scared.
The deposit was paid to the real estate agent without a problem, but another $252,000 needed to be paid to their conveyancer before final settlement, an email arriving with payment instructions. But it was from scammers impersonating the law firm, mimicking nearly every detail.
Same colour font, same size font, everything that they would have used before, same names. It's just literally the .com, not .com.au. That's the difference.
Rather than pay the hefty amount online, Sarah and Laine thought it would be safer to go into a real bank, heading to this ANZ branch to transfer one lump sum. The bank teller failed to realise the account name did not match the details they'd provided, sending the money straight to the scammer's account in Melbourne.
I can't believe that where we thought we were going to be the safest, that the security platform in the bank is not as sophisticated as what my digital banking on my phone would have been.
$82,000 was recovered, leaving the Young family $170,000 out of pocket. The Australian Financial Complaints Authority, or AFCA, cleared ANZ of fault, leaving Sarah and Laine gutted until they shared their story on A Current Affair. Sarah, tell me the news.
We honestly can't believe it. We had a phone call from ANZ and they've agreed to reimburse all of the money.
Laine couldn't believe the news was real.
I said to Sarah, "You're kidding me. What do you mean?" She's like, "Yep, we're getting the money back." I'm just like, wow, that's so good.
Was there a part of you that went, hang on, is this a scam too?
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
But this letter proved the money was real, and just under $170,000 has now safely arrived in their bank account.
They can see that they were at fault on that day, that their staff member failed to do appropriate checks, he's failed to protect us.
What does this mean for you to get this money back?
Oh, it means it's changed our life again. Like losing it changed everything, and getting it back changes it again, and we can just finally do what we had planned and find the dream home.
An ANZ spokesperson said in a statement,
"We will continue to adjust our protective measures in response to new scam methods while we encourage customers to stay alert, stay informed and act swiftly on anything suspicious."
While the bank has now done the right thing, the couple feel let down by AFCA, which cleared ANZ of any fault.
It's a 9-month process to get no reward, where they come back and they actually say that staff members don't have to do appropriate checks.
They've now been contacted by many other Aussies scammed in similar circumstances. Not all had the protection of going into their branch to make the transfer.
But if you can see that you feel like you've done the right thing, then keep fighting.
But for Hope and Tom, for my son Louis, and for Will and Jess, it's not over. They have won absolutely nothing.
I ended up in tears because I was like, I'm 34 weeks pregnant and we've just found out we've lost $250,000.
A couple from Dubbo lost more than $250,000 in a fraudulent email scam, and 18 months later, they're still no closer to getting that money back.
The Conveyancer's email servers got hacked.
So the emails that you guys were receiving, they looked like they were from your original conveyancer. They all seemed legit, and Hope, you even went into the bank to deposit the money. Is that right?
It came from the previous email chain we had been emailing. So there was no email different, nothing like that.
Right.
So we were like, oh, okay, you could see the previous emails that had come through as well. And went to the bank on the day, nothing was raised. And sent them an email that day saying, right, here's the receipt with all money sent. Yep, great, received into our trust account, all good to go for settlement. And then it wasn't
when you got that phone call saying, where's the money, run us through those emotions.
Our hearts dropped. We just had no idea how to react.
And it was on a late Friday afternoon, so there was nothing you could really do. You couldn't go and find out what happened next. So we had to lodge the complaint, or the fraud, obviously, with NAB. had to make a police report. It was all just frantic for hours, and then waited the whole weekend to find out what happened next, really.
And all the while you were pregnant with your son as well.
Yeah, I was probably about 32 weeks, so we had him about 6 weeks later. So then having to go through postpartum and everything like that while you're trying to figure out what happened to your life savings and if you're ever going to receive it back.
So that was 250 grand gone to a scammer. Did you get any of it back? And what happens from here?
So, yeah, to this day, we've had $0 returned to us. We're still living in the unknown. We spent the last 2 years sort of fighting, gone through the process with AFCA. We've been in the process with him for a bit over 18 months now to try and figure out what's happened. We've had lowball offers from NAB as, what do they call them? Goodwill payments and stuff like that. But, yeah, the whole way they've sort of said, no, you're in the wrong, you're in the wrong, you're in the wrong. But now that we've gotten through to like a final ombudsman, and now they're saying that the bank's sort of more than half liable, sort of verbally to us. So, but we've been offered so many deals that we've turned down the whole way. So it's a very confusing process. And but we've just tried to stick to our guns the best we can and tried to hold ourselves up.
And you feel like you should get that whole amount back from the bank? Is that the vibe that I'm getting from you?
It would be nice, but you get told different things through different people. We've had lawyers look at it. We've spent over $10,000 on lawyers through the process because you have no idea what you're fighting, who to go to, what your rights are. So, I mean, it would be nice, but we just don't know.
Oh, gosh. It's just so hard to get your foot in the door of the property market right across the country. I can't imagine saving up with your family for your first home.
Yeah.
And then being scammed.
And Hope and Tom haven't been the only ones victims of this. We've been speaking to many other couples who have also suffered the same fate, unfortunately.